Forget what you heard. Yeah, boy!
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Forget What You Heard. I'm Aaron.
And I'm Luke.
And on this episode of Forget What You Heard, we're going week 6. Football mumbo jumbo. Another week. A lot of different storylines, a lot of injuries, and we're going to go through it all, man. We're going to hit you over the head with some fantasy football, some reality football. We're going to do it all. Before we unpack week 6, I want to hear one voice and one voice only right now. How you doing, Brother Bear?
I'm doing good, man. That was one heck of an intro. I'm happy to be here, man. Week 6, you're up to bat, man. We got a lot to discuss. That's for sure, man. Not a lot of very good games going into it. I mean, just sitting down on Sunday about noon o'clock, looking at the games, I'm like, man, it's not a very good slate of games this week. But they turned out to be pretty exciting. A lot of unexpected outcomes in this game, in this week. But ultimately, it's another day of football, another week of football. And, you know, it's always good to have those.
Yeah, like you said, there's a lot of unexpected outcomes. A lot of teams we thought weren't going to win. And a lot of good teams we thought were good, losing games. So, but before we start by talking about football, I have an interesting fact for you, Luke.
Let me hear
and
it.
to the listeners. This has nothing to do with sports or anything, but I think it has a lot to do with reaching goals, doing things that make you uncomfortable, going after, your dreams and hopes and inspirations, and just being a better man or human. The three-toed sloth will expend valuable energy and put itself in immense danger once a week to poop. It will crawl down from its tree, often dig a hole, and then defecate inside. While on the ground, it is extremely vulnerable to predators. Now, Luke, I know that was a lot to, kind of digest. Just the fact that a three-toed sloth has the courage and, the tenacity to crawl down its tree from its safety net, to go down to the forest floor, dig a hole, when there's predators all over. I mean, a sloth's not going to get away from anything. Dig a hole and poop in the hole.
Right.
I mean, if that is not, heroic and, the bravest things that I've ever heard of in the animal kingdom, I don't know what is. I just want to get your thoughts on what you think of this. Everyone thinks of three-toed sloths as, lazy, don't do much. But that in itself, once a week doing that is, risking his life.
Yeah, I mean, I never would have thought, that's one of those facts where it just kind of, hits you in the rear end and you just, you have to turn around and look at it. I mean, that's, It's incredible though, man. The fact that they had to go out of their way, put themselves in harm's way to go use the restroom. And I think us as humans, we kind of take that for granted, having just a nice toilet sitting up in your house. You don't have to go outside. You don't have no external forces coming at you just to use the restroom, man. And I mean, that's something you have to do. That's part of nature. And so I mean, it just, I guess for us, looking at it as humans, like we kind of take the easy things for granted whenever, a creature like the sloth who's very vulnerable, has to, go through it, just use the toilet. But I also like the fact that he covers it up, man. He's not just going down there and letting it loose.
Holes, man.
He has the, common courtesy to cover it up too.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot we can learn from the three-toed sloth,
Yeah.
Because as humans, we are vulnerable when we are using the restroom. Because a lot of times our pants are on their ankles. So if someone were to barge in, you're pretty much at a disadvantage, Luke. I don't think you could handle, someone coming in when you're, on the porcelain throne. And
Definitely
the
not.
fact, but times 100, that's what the sloth is doing. And I like how you brought up he had the presence of mind and the common courtesy to dig a hole and, just let a little stinker out and then go about his day. I mean, that's just, I think there's a lot to learn there.
Definitely, yeah. Thank you for sharing that interesting fact.
You guys are all welcome. Let's get into football.
Football week.
Man, let's go to the very strange Thursday night games. The curse of the Thursday night games, man.
It is, man, truly.
We finally got a touchdown, but
We did.
it was still a lower scoring game than the Broncos and Colts, which is crazy.
Wild.
Yeah, so it was the Washington Commanders and the Chicago Bears. The Commanders come out on top, 12-7. Carson Wentz didn't go over 100 yards, and it looks like he's going to be out for some time. You know what that means, Lou? Is it Heineke time, Heinies?
I think so, but it could also be the rookie,
Howell.
Sam Howell, out of North Carolina. We'll have to see which direction they'd like to go.
And then Brian Robinson got his first career touchdown.
Yeah, it was nice to see him getting announced as a starter beforehand, and then getting 16, 17 carries. And yeah, man, I mean, Brian Robinson, the whole story and everything, it'll never be not brought to light. That's just amazing, a miracle, and it's very nice to see him out there doing that.
Yeah, let's shine a light, give him a round of applause, Brian Robinson. But I'm going to be honest with you. I think Antonio Gibson, looks and is a lot better. I don't want to step on people's toes or nothing, but on tape, Antonio looks a lot better. I can see a world where Brian Robinson is a good running back, but he's not the type of running back he needs the holes. He's not going to create any for himself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's true. I think they both have very different skill sets, and I think they could be very good complementary pieces. I think they both could play off each other very well. Like you said, Brian Robinson's that north-south heavy hitter, grinder, can get you the goal line work. And then in Gibson, you can put him out there in packages, you catch the ball, big play abilities. They're just very complementary. And I think if the coaches knew what they were doing and knew how to use those skill sets, I think both of them could thrive. But we'll have to see how they use them moving forward.
Yeah. And then the wide receiver, just Carson Wentz, he stinks. And that hurts, Terry McLaurin, Curtis Samuel. It's just, I don't know, it's just not looking good. I think it's time. I think, they kind of were like, hey, go see a specialist on your finger. And then they're like, probably secretly, happy that he's out 4 to 6 weeks so they can see what they got underneath the hood.
Yeah, he probably got diagnosed with like a sprained finger, but they're like, nah, we're going to go ahead
They threw a couple grand at the
doctor and said,
like,
hey, it's broken.
Yeah, get an x-ray of someone's hand who's broken and show it to Carson.
Yeah,
He'll fall for it.
We'll say it's 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah, and I don't really blame him. So things are looking lowly there, but to get lower, the Chicago Bears. They were moving the ball better than I'm used to seeing. Justin Fields threw for 190 yards, a touchdown. Dante Pettis made made a touchdown. There's not much to say in this game, Luke. I really can't. David Montgomery plodded around a little bit. The Bears just stink.
Yeah, for both teams, I think most of the stuff we got out of it was pretty negative. The Bears' offensive line couldn't help Fields. Fields, deserves some blame as well in this game. Didn't look good. I mean, honestly, I was concerned. I guess the bright spot would be maybe the defenses played pretty well. I mean, showing what Carson Wentz and Fields both had to deal with pressure and their overall performances. But, I mean, other than that, man, yeah, there's not a lot to get out
But
of
they were
this.
moving the ball pretty well, but
They
like,
did.
in
That's
the
true.
red zone. They make a a turnover or something with that
Mhm.
deflected ball off the helmet and stuff.
Or
But
get stuffed at the goal line on fourth down, and
yeah, I mean, I can see they're making progress.
maybe.
It's still not winning games, but making progress.
I guess I can see that. Yeah.
All right, ain't much more going on that Thursday night game, but let's go to another game, a Sunday game. The Atlanta Falcons and the San Francisco 49ers. Wow, what in tarnation? The Atlanta Falcons win 28-14.
Wow, man, that's crazy.
And I just want to quick shout out to Kyle Pitts for scoring a touchdown in America, man.
That's his first one.
First one in America.
Man, that's just crazy to think about.
Yeah, the Falcons keep doing it, dude. They're either in games and winning games, and I don't understand how they're not. Mariota's not putting up great numbers. No one's really the running backs aren't they don't have Cordero, and they're still, slowly churning the butter and getting W's. It's amazing to me because you would look at their stat sheet and be like, yeah, they lost, dude. They probably lost by 20. And then, they're coming out on. Is their defense good?
Yeah, their defense actually forced some turnovers in this game.
On Jimmy G.
I think 2 picks. Offensive. They were running the ball well. Their offensive line was outstanding. I mean, we saw that. Arthur Smith took him out
for a beer.
Got some drinks for him because they did their darn thing, man, against a really good front seven for the Niners. But I mean, Mariota, he only threw the ball 17 times, was pretty efficient, and they just ran it, man. 15 carries for Algier, 16 for Huntley, and they just controlled the game. And you don't really see that a lot from Atlanta, but they had a heck of a game.
And shout out to the Dirty Birds.
Mm-hmm.
It's good to see. I like the red helmets. I like that it was in Atlanta, right?
It was.
Yeah, they won in front of the home crowd. I mean, I don't think we expected 4-2 for the Falcons. I would have never guessed that. I thought that their ceiling was 4 wins. But shouts out to maybe Arthur Smith is a good coach. I honestly cannot tell you, of all my years of watching football, since the wee age of 6, I've been watching football. I've never seen anything quite like this, other than Tebow.
Really?
Because you look at the box score, Tebow never put up winning numbers, but they won games because he had God on his side.
That's true, yeah.
Maybe Mariota has that kind of effect on people. He's a really good guy, I think. Genuine. Maybe that's what you need.
You need a genuine guy?
Like a genuine, people first before themselves kind of guy.
What about Rodgers?
Why now? We'll talk about that later. That guy's got some mental health
I guess there's a reason. Yeah, we'll get to it. But, let me ask you for fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
They're winning games, but this might be the least fantasy-friendly offense in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts on the receiving? Kyle Pitts, Drake London, moving forward. I mean, those are really the only 2 guys you can really trust or even consider to start. But, with the 17 pass attempts and just moving forward with Mariota, what are you supposed to do about that?
I have very low expectations.
Really?
Drake London started off promising, but it's just gotten to the point where, he's catching only 2 or 3 passes, for 30. Same with Kyle Pitts. It's just low volume, and that's not good for any, fantasy wide receiver. So I mean, I don't feel good starting either of them really.
Yeah, and it stinks because London started off so hot, to
Yeah,
start the season. Like the first 3 weeks, I think he was really involved. But I mean that you can still see like them flash, even though it's only 3, 4 catches a game. They still look really good. It's just they're not getting those opportunities. So for fantasy, it's definitely troubling and it's frustrating because you know that they can be, you know, at the top of their positions in fantasy.
yeah. I mean, as long as they keep winning games, I guess it doesn't really. I mean, Arthur Smith obviously hates fantasy football.
Yeah,
He said it out there.
he looks like he smells. The Niners, man, they got blown out. Their defense been injured. Their defense gave up 28 points. They didn't look very good, which then forced the Niners to have to throw the ball. I mean, Jeff Wilson only had 7 carries, not a lot. But Brandon Ayuk, man, he had one of the better games of his career. 8 catches, 83 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, and George Kittle got in on the action.
Yeah, finally.
He had 8 catches, 83 yards. Debo had a pretty good game, but like you put the ball in Jimmy GQ's hand, man, and you need him to make plays. It ain't gonna work very well.
Mm-mm.
Like we talked about, I think it was last week. Like he needs a certain game script. He needs the running game. He needs the defense clicking on all cylinders. And if he can just make the plays here and there, they'll win the game. But I mean, that's what we come to know about Jimmy GQ. He's all looks.
Yeah.
No brawn, man.
Yeah, I think I agree with that too, man. And it's just like because and how successful like Jeff Wilson has been, like on the ground since he's gotten that starting job. To only get 7 carries for 25 yards is like, he's got to get more than that.
Yeah.
They can't play from behind or they'll be in trouble.
I want to see that the rookie running back start playing.
TDP,
Yeah, man, TDP.
he got 1 snap.
I want to. Yeah, I think it's time. I mean, Jeff Wilson's been good, but I think Shanahan's gonna try it out soon.
It's weird that they brought in Tevin Coleman off the street, and he has a role in front of TDP, who has been there since the offseason. So I don't know, man.
Didn't he just get off IR or something?
Who? Davis Price?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true. I forgot.
But I think he might be a little guy to keep an eye on
Yeah,
as we go on.
I think so too. Because I think even when Elijah Mitchell is healthy, I don't think he's given his spot back 100%. I
You
think
don't think so?
not really, man. I mean, if Jeff Wilson does good, or like you said, if Davis Price comes in and he starts looking good, I mean, they're not just gonna hand it right back to Elijah Mitchell. I don't think. But if they're both not doing great, then yeah, he will. But I think there is a possibility that he's not giving the role back. Yeah.
Yeah, and this is just the first of the games that were very surprising in terms of outcome. I think everyone would have, put their money on
The Niners.
49ers.
Definitely.
As far as the next game goes, we got the Cincinnati Bengals
Ooh.
and the New Orleans Saints.
Yeah.
The Bengals win 30-26 on the back of Big Boulder Shoulder Burrow.
He did, man. He had his coming out party.
He was back. Him and Jamar Chase, man, that's like yin and yang,
That's
peanut
like
butter and jelly.
Bread and butter, man.
It's like a guitar string on cello.
That's like Snell and Pine.
It's like Princess Peach and Donkey Kong.
That's like lemon and water.
I knew that. I knew Lemon was coming in somewhere.
You did?
What's your name, Lemon Boy Lou?
Lemon Boy Lou,
He's
dog.
back and he ain't going nowhere.
I'm putting that pressure on him.
But Joey Burrow, man, Joe Burr.
Joe Burr.
300 yards, 3 touchdowns. And Jamar Chase, 7 catches, 132 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He's back. We knew he wasn't going to be down for long. Joe Mixon got a receiving touchdown. A little bit of work on the ground, but, Joe Mixon still hasn't had his coming out party.
No, man. He saved his day with that touchdown. But he only had, 13 touches. They used Pirine a little bit too much, which kind of is kind of hurting his value a little. Joe Mixon's value a little bit.
I think we're on pace for a Joe Mixon game, JoJo game.
Yeah, I believe so too.
Very, very soon.
Hey, buy low window is still open.
But when the Bengals are putting up these numbers, you look, there's a correlation. Jamar Chase
Yeah.
has over 100 yards and a couple of touchdowns, and then Joe Burrow's looking real good on him.
Yeah. I mean, 7 catches, 132 yards, 2 touchdowns. And yes, he did give you that 60-yarder that we're used to with Jamar Chase. T. Higgins coming into the game a little beat up. He ended up leading the team in targets. I think he only had a few catches, but yeah, I mean, Jamar Chase won him the game. He had the game-winning touchdown. And it was weird, man. The Bengals were kind of down most of this game. It appeared that the Saints might finally, put it down on them, but Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase
This is a recipe for success.
said no, sir.
Is it Bengals or Bengals?
I think it's the Bengals.
Bengals?
Yeah.
Bengal Tiger.
Bengal Tiger, dog. Do you say Bengals?
I don't know. Can you tell me?
Go ahead.
Bengals?
What about the Bengals?
I say the Bengals.
I do too.
Is that it?
Yeah. Bengals.
Bengals. It sounds so weird.
What about
man.
the Bengals?
The English language is a strange. Every time I say Bengals, I always thought I'm saying it wrong. It sounds very strange. Bengals.
Bengals?
Bagels.
Bengals.
We can go to the New Orleans Saints with the Red Rocket, Red Rifle, the Red Samaritan.
Greek Gone.
Andy Dalton, 162 yards, a touchdown. Hey, Alvin, civil suit's coming. 19. I'm just kidding.
Come on, that's a low blow. dog.
Allegedly.
That's
Settle it in civil court. Give him some money.
just when he started performing well, you go ahead and you hit him below the belt, man.
I apologize. Allegedly, I don't know what's going on. I root for Alvin. I think all parties should, pay their dues.
Prison.
Alvin Kamara, 19 carries, 99 yards. He's starting to look like a little spry self again. I like how Mark Ingram's still around and still kicking pretty good. And then Taysom Hill, he got in on the action both as a quarterback and running back. But everyone gets on this Taysom Hill thing in fantasy where they have to go get him, and then he's really after a great week, and then he does this, He's never going to be a consistent fantasy option, and I don't know how many years it's going to take for people to learn this. You never fall for that cat chasing his tail, all right? You got to let him be, man. Let someone else get him. Unless you're in dire straits and you need some kind of ace to pull out of your sleeve.
Yeah. Can I play devil's advocate?
Please do. I knew it was coming.
So if the tight end position is very bleak, you
It's
have your
wasteland.
you have your guys, you're gonna play, but outside of the top guys, it's very much a crapshoot. You're picking up streaming guys, good matchups, who you think's gonna smash, maybe an injury at receiver. But like Taysom, he has his role, and to me this is a down week for Taysom Hill. Like you said, he's gonna be very inconsistent, but he's playing snaps, he's getting carries, he completed a few passes as well. And so, but Taysom has that upside to where he can get you that 30-pointer. He's not. You think he's done it twice this year, 20+ at least. And so sometimes it might be worth the risk to put him in, and hope, if his floor is 4.5 points, but he can get you that 30-banger. Some weeks, that'll win you a week straight out, so.
That's a good point. I mean, I guess I've just never been a fan of that.
I don't think I would. I mean, I would roster him because of that, but like you said, I'm not sure how much I could trust him week to week.
Yeah, it's just the inconsistency. But, I mean, when he hits, you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Olave was out with a, concussion, so...
Landry's out and Michael Thomas.
Michael Thomas may never play football again.
What's wrong with that guy?
I'm not, totally sure. What's his injury? His foot?
His foot? Yeah. It's been 4 weeks.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I really don't know about that
He
guy.
gets hit in the head with a paper bag and has to sit out for 13 weeks.
It's sad, but, So Andy Dalton didn't have much to work with there. So he had
He struggled.
Tyquan Smith, caught a touchdown, but that's about it. So the Bengals look like they're back on track, man. You just got to go with the winning recipes.
Yeah, this was a game they should have won. I mean, Marshawn Lattimore out, all the injuries, Andy Dalton struggling injuries, but a big win, man. Big win for the Bengals.
Let's go to another game. The New York Football Giants. New York, stand up. Don't ever disrespect me looking like Lamar Jackson, Samuel L. Jackson. And the Baltimore Ravens. The Giants win 24-20 on a comeback. I think they were down 10 points in the fourth.
They were.
Man, these Brian Daboll, man. I know we said it last time, but hats off to you, man. You got your boys playing on all cylinders. Even when Kadarius Toney is literally a mythical creature.
They got some dogs on that end, man. They're playing hard for him.
Yeah, I saw Thibodeau's little strip sack.
You see him
Is he
cry?
good?
You see him get emotional at the end?
Dude, his nose was running like there was a faucet going on over there.
That dude is really about his business. And yeah, he had the strip sack to win the game.
Has he been good other than that?
Yeah, man, he makes an impact.
Are you sure?
Yeah, he's good.
How many sacks?
Oh, I don't know.
But yeah, I mean, Lamar Jackson, had 210 yards passing, a touchdown, and another costly, irresponsible pick. He's got to stop doing that if they want to win games. Kenyon Drake. Last time I saw him go over 100 yards, he was on the Miami Dolphins, I'm pretty sure. That guy has cement blocks for feet, but for some reason they removed this game. 10 carries, 119 yards, and a touchdown. What was he doing, gashing them? He averaged 11 yards a carry, man.
Yeah, he had 2 really long runs. I know one of them went for a touchdown, but his opportunity came up, man, with J.K. Dobbins putting his heart on ice. I'm gonna put my heart on ice.
Is he hurt?
He didn't play the second half.
No.
They say his knee tightened up, but honestly, he wasn't very good. They say his expected running yards was negative 40 something. He just wasn't playing good football. But they had Kenyon Drake come in. He looked really good, man.
Luke, are we seeing the renaissance, the resurrection of Kenyon Drake of old?
No, I don't think so.
I don't know even why I asked because, you hear that rumbling coming down the street?
Here we coming around the mountain.
It's the Gus Bus. Sounds like he's on his way back, much needed.
Magic Gus Bus, man.
And then Mandy Andrews.
Hey, come on, we gotta.
Oh, Mandrews.
Yeah, change that up, man.
All right, man. 7 catches, 106 yards, and a touchdown. That guy is good. But I want to point out the second leading receiver.
I already know.
Was Isaiah Likely.
Yeah, that's Aaron's guy, man.
2 catches, 30 yards, 4 targets, 7 less than Mandrews. But he's climbing that mountain. He's climbing. What's a big peak?
Pikes Peak.
What's the one that Heinold did without any harnesses?
Is it not Pikes Peak?
Come on, dude. He's done the biggest.
Like Mount Everest, Junior?
Dude, you don't even know who Alex Heinold is, do you?
Mount Kilimanjaro.
No, it's the face of what's that mountain in Yosemite?
Oh,
You have no idea. You have no idea. Oh gosh,
I
don't
know.
know. El Capitan.
Oh, Capitan.
Yeah, he. Why did I bring up mountain climbing?
I don't know what's going on.
Oh, Isaiah Likely. But I also want to bring this up. I just recently saw a video on the interweb of a guy. It happened a couple weeks ago. 2022. It happened in 2022. A guy's climbing a cliff, and a freaking bear attacks him coming down. Tries to get him, and the bear falls to the ground, but he's not high enough, and the bear comes back at him. The guy pounds the bear's head a couple times. The bear retreats, comes back again. The guy kicks the bear in the head. The bear acts like he's running off, comes back, shows his teeth, and then walks off. But I'm going to tell you this. That guy must box on the side, because that bear would have killed him if he didn't. He had the best hits I've ever seen on a bear when he needed them the most. Being that, like, freaked out out of nowhere, he punched that bear in the eye and the nose, solid, just wailing on him. And then the kick to the face was perfectly in the snout. So if he missed or anything, that bear was going to kill him.
It's almost like he trained for that one moment his whole life.
Yeah, and like the crazy part is the bear came from above him and tried to take him. And being shocked, climbing a cliff out of nowhere, a bear comes, and then he had the presence of mind to turn around and beat that sucker's head.
That's
And
crazy, actually.
I'll have to show you the video.
Please.
It was it's adrenaline rush for sure.
Man, yeah.
Like that guy deserves like
to be that close to death and for you to, fend him off like that, man, you must feel like an absolute
man,
beast.
he needs to get like the Fighter of the Year award, like for boxers, just from that moment.
Yeah, we need to give him that Jim Thome.
I was gonna show it to you. I don't know why I didn't.
That's all right, man. We can.
I was overwhelmed with emotion. It was a black bear. Kodiak would have eaten him alive and wouldn't have stopped.
Yeah, for sure.
But
I figured it wasn't like a grizzly.
It was a big black bear, though.
Yeah. Any bear, man.
He started climbing up the thing a little bit to get to the guy. It was scary.
He wanted him.
But I can't even imagine.
It's crazy. Literally, if it's probably any other guy, like they're dead. He just happened to be like ready, I guess, or perfectly timed.
Fight or flight took off, and he fought really well.
That's good, man. I'm happy for him. I might have to reach out.
I'll show you the video. He hit him square in the noggin, like where it hurts.
We gotta get this guy. Get this guy on the podcast.
Fist, overhead hammer fist his face. Sorry, I'm getting really pumped up about this, man.
Yeah, it gets my adrenaline rushing, and that's how I felt watching Saquon Barkley.
Oh, nice.
Against the Baltimore Ravens, man.
Good segue, man.
Barkley's a total stud, RB1 in fantasy. Yeah, if you look at the box score, he didn't have a good yards per carry, but you can just tell that fourth quarter comes, Giants have the ball, it's Barkley time, and it's crazy, man. It just seems him and Derrick Henry are similar in that way, as to where like as the time goes on, they get stronger. Their superpowers get revealed. The kryptonite evades and eludes.
Yeah, that's a very great point. Is like you look at the box score like all the way through the third quarter, it's very underwhelming, and then, but for some reason you have that feeling that Saquon's gonna bust off that one and get in the touchdown, and it's happened like the last 2 or 3 games.
Yeah,
he'll have like a underwhelming performance and knock off a 33-yard run, and punch in a touchdown.
It's just crazy, too, because, like, in the fourth quarter, like, you have that feeling. Like, the Giants are going to get the ball, and like, Saquon's going to be making plays. And he does it, man. He's right on cue, making plays. And he could have scored twice on that last one, but he did the smart play because he's a smart player. And he kneeled at the 1-yard line, and they killed the clock. Game over. Giant football. W.
Daniel Jones keeps lighting the world on fire.
No, man, he's not doing nothing with
keeps winning games, man.
Efficient and error-free, I'll give him that.
And, he got a new weapon back this week.
Ooh, Dale
what's his name?
Wan'Dale Robinson.
Wan'Dale?
Yeah.
Let's go with Dale Robinson. He had a touchdown, 3 catches. But he only played, what was it, like 14 snaps or something?
Mm-hmm.
I see that increasing significantly in the weeks to come. Because Kadarius Toney is a mythical creature. He doesn't exist. Kenny Golladay is a busboy at Cheesecake Factory at this point. And, they got slim pickings, man. That's what, and they're winning games. They beat the Ravens. They're 5-1. It doesn't make any logical sense. But I love it. I love the Giants, and New York is living life.
Yeah, shout out Brian Dable, and the defense as well did very good. But Wandale Robinson, he's at the top of my waiver wire for week 7 probably. Not maybe not number 1, but at the top of that list for sure.
Hey, don't tell me who's number 1.
I'm not sure really.
Taekwon? Ramondre?
No, I think my priorities in fantasy football would always lean a running back. I'm not sure off the top of my head, but
There ain't no one out there.
yeah, there
No,
is.
there's not anyone.
Yeah,
Jalen Warren?
but Wandale's up there for sure. And
Who's out there, dude?
shout out Daniel Bellinger as well, man. He scored his 3rd touchdown of the season. He's running a lot of the routes, and he could be a guy to watch out for as well.
Who's out there then?
I don't know, dude. Trying to get through these games.
Oh, I'm sorry, man. Let's get it going, man. I'll keep it churning. Hey, we're back in New York. The New York Jets versus the Green Bay Packers.
Kobit.
The Jets, the lowly Jets, the laughing stock of the league,
The bottom shelf, man.
win convincingly 27-10. Wow. Zach Wilson, 110 yards, ain't much going on. Brees Hall, however, 20 carries, 116 yards and a touchdown. Braxton Berrios had a 20-yard scamper to get into the pay dirt. And, I think the biggest news is that Elijah Moore wasn't even targeted. He tweeted something very cryptic. He said, I could say something right now, but I'm not. I'm grateful to win, but I ain't happy about what's going on in this here locker room.
Yeah, I lost some respect for Elijah Moore because of that. I was always been a big fan of him.
It's true.
Your team is, 4-2? You're out here crying because you're not getting the ball. I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
I like it.
You either get traded or you're going to the bench.
I respect it because he's better than what they're.
Yeah,
what's
but if
going
you're
on.
winning, so hear me out. So if you're winning, but you don't get a catch, you should be fine. You should be okay. At least we're winning.
We're talking
If you're
about,
losing and you're not getting it, okay, yeah, I'm gonna speak my mind. I need the ball for us to win. But no, dude, you team first. You gotta be.
you're not hearing me, bro. We're talking about wide receivers, the biggest divas in the game.
Yeah, but that's extra diva.
I mean, he didn't say anything. He said,
But he's
I
not like
could say
he's not even
something."
an alpha. He's not even proven. He's just a
Okay.
guy, dude. Get out of here.
How can you not like what he said because he didn't say it? He said, I
But
could
we all
say
knew,
something.
Because he could
but
say.
I'm thankful and grateful, 4-2,
But that's the issue, is like the fact that he said I could say something, but like why is that even? No, we're not even thinking about that. He's trying to imply that he's upset because he's not getting the ball.
That's like me saying,
But you said it before I even mentioned it, that he was implying that he wasn't getting he's upset about
is it
that.
like me saying, Luke, you smell good, but you also smell like poop. Is it the same?
No. Both can't be true, dude.
With Luke, you smell, but it's real bad. Is that the same concept?
Not really.
I don't think it is either.
I don't think, there's no
I
correlation.
just wanted to
that.
throw that in there.
I mean, dude, the biggest thing for me is the Packers' offense in this game, man. They're imploding right in front of our eyes.
We thought, I thought they'd make some changes. I guess they did make a little bit more. Not really, though. Not that much more of an effort to run the ball and throw to the running backs. They didn't do much of that. Like, I'm reading a lot of things about, Aaron Jones this, A.J. Dillon that. I'm not to the point where I'm like dropping or anything. I could understand if you have to start A.J. Dillon every week that it could be a problem, but Aaron Jones is the Mike Williams of running backs.
I think I'm a little more concerned with Aaron Jones than you, I think.
But would you agree with my previous statement?
On who?
Aaron Jones is the Mike Williams of running backs. Like, he'll have the boom weeks and he has the stink weeks, but at the end of the day, he's one of the better running backs because of all the points he accumulated at the end of the year. He's the running back 13.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's fair. Yeah.
You don't seem too sold. What's going on in your head?
I'm worried, man. I'm worried about the Packers. I think Aaron Jones is gonna have a lot more worse weeks than he is boom weeks. You know, Aaron Jones is a second round pick, high second round pick that we used. You know, we're expecting, you know, him to be a top 10, top 8 running back, not 13. You know.
What is the solution that you see?
I mean, they have to add weapons, man. If your number one targets are Dobbs and Lazard, you need help. That front office has to make a trade for some receiving help, man. They have to do something, anything. Go trade for Elijah Moore. Drop your pants, bring in Odell Beckham. Like, why not?
I like that.
Do something.
Or Chase Claypool.
Like, anyone. Literally, I would take a lot of receivers at this point. Randall Cobb's hurt now. I mean, you got to do something. You have to do something. He needs help.
Deshaun Jackson.
No. No, I mean, anything, really. Robbie Anderson when he was available. Shoot, why not?
I don't want that guy on my team.
Neither do I.
But do you think if they get a wide receiver, it solves their problem?
No.
I think their problem is they're waiting for winter to come so they can ride A.J. Dillon to victory.
Yeah, A.J. Dillon, they couldn't establish nothing, but Dillon lost a big fumble and he dropped a pass.
They gave it to Aaron Rodgers. The fumble.
It was kind of... it was weird because A.J. Dillon never really had it, but it hit off of him, you know?
So he never had possession.
No, he never really did.
Yeah, it's Aaron Rodgers, dude.
But still, in a handoff, you know? I don't know.
What were we talking about earlier about Aaron Rodgers having a God complex? Is that what we were talking about? Because we're talking about how Tim Tebow and Mariota are good people and they're a good team.
And I mentioned Rodgers because he's like the opposite.
I want to be a fly on the wall to see what he's like in the locker room with the guys. I feel like he sits on a throne and his locker is higher than everyone's and there's a lot of light on it. And he just sits there and he scowls at his teammates after a loss.
Do you think he's a guy that's just like calm, or do you think he gets like fired up in there? You think anytime?
I think he gives the cold shoulder. I think he takes a shower and he doesn't get dressed for about 20 minutes. So he's sitting naked in that throne.
Yeah.
Just looking at his teammates in disgust.
And like they'll just like glance at him in the corner of their eye because they don't want to see him.
No, at this point, they just don't look.
They just don't.
Because they know that Aaron Rodgers is staring at the naked.
Yeah, he seems like one of those guys that doesn't like communicate. It's like you just like can tell by his actions and like
those are the worst.
His mood is like yeah, he's not happy.
Yeah, the people that you don't have to talk to them to know what they're feeling.
And then if you go talk, they just blow up on you and get angry, you know?
Yeah, he probably has like a superiority thing. He's like,
yeah.
I've won a Super Bowl. I've been MVP twice. You can't really tell me anything.
I just got $50 million a year.
Yeah.
Like you guys are peasants.
Yeah, exactly. That's probably how it goes.
I'll tell you what, though. I'd give them some underwear that would dissipate if they touch your skin. But yeah, the abysmal Packers.
What's the point of the underwear, man?
Don't worry about it. Because it's uncomfortable.
Oh, I see.
And you're vulnerable. But the Packers were getting abysmal on the other side. They were just getting gashed by the young Breece Hall.
Yeah, Breece Hall is going to be real, real good.
He's a stud. He had, 22 touches, game-sealing touchdown. He's playing the majority of the snaps. And he just took over, man. Big play after big play. He caught some passes. Wilson only took 21 dropbacks. Didn't have to throw the ball very often. He was 10 of 18. But, yeah, I mean, honestly, for fantasy, the only guy you can trust in this offense is Breece Hall.
Breece the Fleece. Breece Hall monitor.
So, I mean, what do you do with, Garrett Wilson, Corey Davis, Elijah Moore, Tyler Conklin? Those are some guys that were people we were going to pick up early in the season, and now we're looking at him like,
I have
spoiled milk.
And I have Elijah Moore and Garrett Wilson.
How do you feel about having them?
I'm not happy. I'm gonna get rid. I feel comfortable dropping Elijah now. However, it's tough for me to part ways with Garrett
Yeah.
because he got 5 targets.
I think I would, for both, I have Elijah Moore in 2 leagues of mine, and I have a hard time dropping him as well.
It's just, the talents there. We've seen it. And with Zach Wilson.
He's so gosh darn good.
Which one?
Both.
I know, and we've seen them produce with Zach. That's why it's like, I know when I drop them, because I think maybe Elijah Moore's tweet, maybe someone will send that to Zach Wilson, and he will make it a concern, like an effort to get him the ball.
Maybe.
But Garrett Wilson's still in the doghouse. I told you after he said that stuff about Zach Wilson.
I mean, he still had 5 targets. I think he led the team.
Yeah, but you can't help but throw to that guy because he's always open.
Yeah, I don't know. The thing too is like reacting so quickly. Like, we're still a long season. You don't want to panic drop, guys that talented, and then they eventually have a pretty solid year. I mean, one of these guys are bound to have a good year. We'll just have to. I think you just wait it out.
You don't want to panic drop, and you don't want to panty drop like Geno Smith.
What's that little song you like to sing about him?
I see London, I see France, I see Geno's underwears.
Come on, Geno, pull them pants up, man.
Next game on the slate, on the docket. The Pittsburgh Steelers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
The Buccaneers?
The Tom Buccaneers. The Pittsburgh Steelers come out victorious. Victorious 20-18 and a bit of a upset.
Yeah.
Tom Brady was throwing a temper tantrum instead of flying with the team to Pittsburgh to play a nice game. He had to go to Bob Kraft's wedding or whatever, birthday.
He did?
Yeah. And so he met them there. So at this point, I know Tom Brady's mind isn't 100% zeroed in on football.
Yeah, I think Tom Brady needs to look himself in the mirror.
He'd probably start kissing himself, but I like what Todd Bowles said. He's like, man, these guys win a Super Bowl and they think, they don't have to come to work and stuff like that. And I think it's time to change things up in this offense. And the only change I can see that would help them is Rachaad White.
No.
Give them a little juice that they need, man. I think Lenny's getting complacent out there, man. He thinks he won a Super Bowl win. He thinks he's playoff Lenny. He thinks he's Super Bowl Lenny. Well, he needs an unproven Rachaad White to get in there and be hungry.
Nah, it's definitely not Leonard's fault that this team is 3-3.
Whose is it? Tom?
I think it's a collection of things.
Offensive line.
It's the offensive line. Brady didn't have a good game. I think he deserves some blame in this game.
He missed Chris Godwin quite a few times.
Yeah, and
on easy throws.
Not a lot of downfield stuff. The team, a lot of drop touchdowns from Kate Upton. Russell Gage had some drops. It's just a collection of things that aren't working, and their defense did an okay job, holding them to 20 points, but the Buccaneers just don't look the same. And it's nice to see Chris Godwin's kind of getting back to his old ways, being Brady's favorite target. He had 12 targets, but they, like you said, they missed on a lot of. He only caught 50% of his targets. Couldn't find Mike Evans very often. He only had 4 catches for 42. That needs to change right now.
Immediately.
And then Leonard Fournette, late touchdown, 63 yards rushing, 6 catches, 38 yards, and a score. So, for fantasy, these are guys you just have to keep rolling out, but, not looking as good.
Yeah, Tom Brady went 25 of 40, 243 yards and a touchdown.
Not very good, and the Steelers have been getting beat up. through the air.
Yeah, I went into this game, foaming at the mouth, thinking,
Yeah.
this is Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, Tom Brady, 300 yards, 4 touchdowns.
Definitely, me too.
But it's football, man. It's been crazy. This is another one of those upsets. The Jets, the Giants. We had so many of those Sunday.
Yeah.
Let's get to the Steelers. I'm gonna say something right now. I want to take back all the comments I said about Kenny Pickett, because I'm a fan. I like what he brings to the table. I like his, toughness, his resiliency. However, he is out with a head injury. And Mitch Trubisky took over, and he looked pretty good.
He was really good.
He was using his legs. He was, finding the open man. Oh, never mind. His legs weren't working very well.
9 of 12, 144 yards and a touchdown. And he looked for Chase Claypool, man. Claypool finally, he was the hero on that last drive. 7 catches, 96 yards and a touchdown. Maybe Trubisky's just one of those guys where if the other team doesn't game plan for him, then he can come out and, light a spark and do his thing. But hopefully Kenny Pickett can get back, get healthy. I like him too because when he gets hit and stuff, he's looking to fight somebody. And I think that's pretty cool.
We had a usual game from Marjorie Harris. Najee.
What's his first name?
Marjorie? That's what I call him when he stinks.
What's Marjorie?
I'm not really sure. I was literally sitting over here rhyming Najee, Page. I couldn't think of nothing, so I just said Marjorie.
Oh, interesting.
But,
Hey, he saved it with a touchdown.
Yeah, he averages 3 yards a carry, which is pretty, status quo for him.
Yeah.
Who is C. Hayward?
Cam Hayward's brother, fullback. They drafted out of Pitt. Good.
Really?
He had a few catches. I remember seeing that in the game log.
Does he look like his brother?
Littler.
That guy's a beast, his brother. George Pickens had 6 targets, 3 catches, 27 yards. It was a gritty game, and they came out on top. I think that speaks for Mike Tomlin, man.
Yeah.
Obviously, man, he's a good man. You know what? He's a real good guy.
I let him date my daughter.
Mike?
Yeah.
How old's your daughter?
However old she needs to be.
18?
Yeah, she's about
you're
28.
You're like a young man, so your daughter can't be more than like 5 years old, dude. It's kind of sketchy.
No, I'm saying like if I had a daughter,
that was of age.
I would let Mike Tomlin date her.
I was getting worried, man.
I don't have a daughter or anyone.
What about Nyla Dean?
Yeah, if he's into that.
How old is Nyla?
Shoot, like 7.
7 times 7 is 49.
But she's also a dog. She's also a canine.
Like you said, if he's into that.
If he's into it, go ahead.
I wouldn't let her.
I wouldn't let her. I'd get physical with him.
I'd make him come inside and sit on the couch on the first date and ask him a whole bunch of questions.
Yeah, dude, I'd definitely interrogate
We're
him.
home before 9. We're gonna have problems, boy.
Have her home by 9. 1 minute late.
We're gonna have a stern talking to, son. All right, let's go to the next game before Tomlin gets on the dome. The Minnesota Vikings and the Miami Dolphins. Golly, how are the Vikings 5-1?
That's disturbed.
They won the game, 24-16. I don't know how they do it, but they keep doing it, man. Kirk Cousins, 175 yards, 2 touchdowns. Dalvin, 13 carries, 77 yards, a big 50-yard touchdown run. Justin Jefferson, 6 catches, 107 yards, and Adam Thielen had a touchdown. And Irv got in the touchdown. It's good to see that from that young man.
Yeah, Dolphins were shorthanded and dealing with injuries, Tua being out. Skylar Thompson then going out. Dude, so Teddy Bridgewater came in for Skylar Thompson. Why would they just not start Teddy Bridgewater?
Oh, I thought I thought Teddy got hurt, and that's why Skylar Thompson was in.
Nah, he was
They
the
started?
emergency backup. Yeah, Thompson got a head injury or something, and then Teddy came in
Teddy
and ended
had
up throwing for 300 yards.
Yeah, he had a really good game. Well, other
He
than
didn't start, which is
except for
crazy.
the 2 picks.
Why would you not start him? I don't know. It's all right. They deserve to lose, but I mean, Minnesota to me was like one of the most overrated teams coming into this week. I mean,
think if Tua plays,
if Tua plays, I think
or
the
Teddy
offense-
maybe if he played the whole game.
Right, I agree with that too. I mean,
What's his hit name?
Teddy Two Head?
There we go. You remembered.
I can't. That's hard for me to not
Dang,
remember. That.
and you know the dynamic duo of Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. Tyreek had 12 catches, 177 yards. Jalen Waddle had 6 catches, 129 yards. And Mike Gesicki, he did the gritty again. 6 catches, 69 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
He's got to work on that gritty, man.
I think it got better than last time, didn't it?
I don't know, man. It's not very good.
Tyreek Hill's on pace to beat Calvin Johnson's single-season receiving record.
Wow.
Are you rooting for him or against him?
I don't know, man. It'd be hard to see someone breaking Calvin's record. I don't know. Do you think he can do that? You think he'll be able to?
I mean, yeah. He's getting Tua back. But, you know, to me, he can beat it in yards. But to me, Calvin will always have that record in my eyes.
I think, yeah, if one guy can do it, it's definitely Tyreek Hill.
But it's not fair.
Why?
Because he's faster than every human.
No,
Calvin
that's fair.
wasn't faster than everyone.
Pretty much. He was faster and bigger.
Yeah, but not as fast as Tyreek Hill.
No, but he was also a foot taller.
I heard the DBs for the Ravens talking about Tyreek Hill, about how they hate guarding him because he runs weird. They said it's always the wide receivers that run weird that are hard to cover. I thought that was interesting.
What did you think?
Like he moves his shoulders a lot when he runs, and they actually did that in the little clip I saw. It was Marlon Humphrey. He's like, man, it's always the ones that run weird, man.
Huh. That's interesting.
Calvin ran like a gazelle, so I don't know what he's talking about.
Is he talking about Calvin?
No, he's talking about Tyreek.
Oh. Not sure either.
I don't know any other wide receiver that runs weird. Devontae Adams is pigeon-toed. He kind of runs weird.
Stephon Diggs?
Plaxico did too.
Stephon Diggs is
runs
fluid.
normal.
Yeah.
I can't really think of anyone.
Jamar
Yeah.
Chase?
He runs very beautifully and gracefully.
Odell?
Graceful. Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about. I am very perplexed right now.
He's super fast, but it seems like he doesn't have like super long strides. Like they're super quick.
Tyreek?
Yeah.
What
Isn't
about, what about David Tyree?
What about him?
You can edit that out, yeah.
I remember.
Vikings 5-1. You know, I guess you gotta hand it to them. It hasn't been pretty, but they're finally winning games that they're supposed to win.
Sell
Or
high
maybe
on
they're
Dalvin
winning games that they're not supposed to win, which is what we're not used to.
Cook. Sell high on Dalvin Cook.
All right, on to the next. The Jacksonville Jaguars and Indianapolis Colts. An AFC South showdown. Trevor Lawrence, 163 yards passing, a touchdown. Travis Etienne, 10 carries, 86 yards. Jamichael, touchdown on a 61-yard scamper through the meadow. James Robinson, 12 carries, 54 yards. Yo, look that way. What way? Zay Jones, 5 catches, 42 yards. Oh, I didn't know. Christian Kirk scored a touchdown on 4 catches, 24 yards. You know, it's good to see Etienne showing that explosiveness he has, man. I love to see that, man.
Yeah, I mean, this was a game that Jacksonville could have won. Um, the Colts settled for a lot of field goals in this game. Um, Trevor Lawrence converting, man, he had what, 2 rushing touchdowns? So he vultured
Oh wow, I didn't even see that on there.
some of those away from Robinson and Etienne. Uh, but I mean, Trevor Lawrence had, what was he, 20 of 22,
Yeah.
163 yards and a touchdown. I mean, that's really good, very efficient. Etienne, of course, finishing with 10 carries, 86 yards rushing, like you said. But after the game, he was saying like he was really mad at himself because he was like, "Man, I'm that close to breaking him off, man, a lot." And he's gonna do it, man. He's right there on the edge. He's about to pop one of them off.
Matty Icebath, 42 of 58.
58.
389 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. He wasn't sacked once. Deion Jackson, 12 carries, 42 yards, and a touchdown. He went out with an injury.
Yes.
What's wrong with him?
He got hurt and he's back.
Michael Pittman, uber targeted. Oh, pardon me. Excuse me, I just burped. 16 targets, 13 catches, 134 yards. That guy was open all day. Deion Jackson, 10 catches, 79 yards. My kin, Paris Campbell, 11 targets, 7 catches, 57 yards, a touchdown. Alec, did you pierce your ear? 7 targets, 3 catches, 49 yards, and a touchdown. And Jelani Woods, touchdown machine.
I want to shout out Matty Ice.
Bath.
Because not only did he have a monstrous game, but he had a career achievement in this game. He passed Dan Marino, 7th all-time in passing yards. Congratulations, Matt Ryan. Keep trucking, man. Keep doing your dirties.
Yeah, it's interesting that, they could go from the Broncos game to this.
Yeah.
But that's kind of...
Football.
Yeah, that's football, and let's hope that the Broncos get some of that juice that the Colts brought to this game in their Monday night uptick against the AFC West rivals, the Los Angeles Chargers and the Powder Blue.
Will you give me a bold prediction for that game? Fantasy or non-fantasy related?
In the Monday night?
Yeah.
I'll wait. Can we wait till the end?
No, right now.
Because I'm going to have to churn one out real quick.
Okay, we can wait. We got a few more games left.
Greg Dulcich.
Looks like your daughter.
He would if he didn't have that stash.
Welcome back, Greg Dulcich.
Hey, welcome back, Steve Belichick.
Happy to be here.
New England Patriots and the Cleveland Browns. New England starting to click on all cylinders. They're starting to find their groove, man. They win 38-15 with a rookie quarterback, Brady Zappi.
Bailey.
Are you sure?
Yeah, but I know that you have trouble with first names.
I think it's Brady. 24-34, 309 yards, and 2 touchdowns for Brady Zappi. Bailey Zappi. The rushing, Ramondre Steve Ensign. 19 carries, 76 yards, 2 touchdowns. He had a nice 31-yard scamper there. Tyquan Thornton, rookie out of Baylor. 3 carries, 16 yards, and a touchdown. Kevin Harris, is this his first action?
Shout out.
Shout out, man, South Carolina.
How'd you know?
Because I've been there. Devontae Parker, 4 catches, 64 yards. Hunter Henry. What?
You just want to talk about him?
Yeah, I'm showing Zappi's how he spread the wealth.
Oh, okay.
Henry, 61 yards, a touchdown. Tyquan Thornton also got a receiving touchdown in this game. And let's not forget Johnny Smith, 2 catches, 61 yards. He's back. Ramondre, 4 catches, 15 yards.
All right.
Is Zappi going to be the starter for the remainder of the year?
No, he's not.
Why?
But I like what I've seen, man. He might be a good pro quarterback. I'm gonna be honest with you guys.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think he's better than Brady.
I think he's better than Mac Jones. Don't tell anyone I said it. No, I don't know yet, but he's been really good. Devontae Parker made some excellent plays. Jacoby Myers did his thing. Zappy's just very accurate. He puts the ball in a good spot. Lets him challenge it. Ramondre looks good again, and he's carrying that workload. Patriots defense is really legit, man.
They do it.
They pester
man.
him.
They're fast.
Big and little.
Jacoby Brisket, 21 of 45, 266 yards, a touchdown, and 2 picks. Nick Chubb, 12 carries, 56 yards. Kareem Hunt, 4 carries, 12 yards. Amari Cooper scored a touchdown. Nice.
Yeah, Jacoby Brissett turned back into a pumpkin in this game. Kind of did his thing. Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt, 50-50 split in terms of their snap share. D'Ernest Johnson was active and got in the game a little bit. Something to monitor. It's nice
When did he get in the game?
It's nice to see David Njoku out here doing his thing again, but it's the Cleveland Browns, man. What are you gonna do about it? We're all just waiting for Deshaun Cosby to make an appearance.
What week does he come back?
13th against the Houston Texans.
I'm gonna boo him so hard.
I'm gonna wear his jersey.
I believe it, man. This is another allegation out there.
Yeah, dude, he deserves prison. We all understand.
All right. Let's go on to the next one.
Shall we?
I will.
Okay.
The Carolina Panthers and the Los Angeles Rams. The Rams win 24-10 against the worst team in football.
Really?
Who's worse?
Texans, Bears.
I think the Texans would beat the Panthers.
Yeah.
Who did the Panthers beat? The Cardinal? No. Who did they beat?
Atlanta?
Oh, I believe that.
I don't know. I really don't, man.
It's a bunch of... Let's see.
Matt Rule fired.
They beat the Saints.
Okay.
Big win, man. Matt Rule stinks. He's gone. Robbie Anderson threw a temper tantrum. Got sent to the locker room.
What do you think he said?
Things I cannot repeat on air, man.
But like PG version.
Like, we stink, get me the ball. Like, I don't know why we don't pass me the ball. I mean...
Do you think it was about him not getting the ball?
I think it was a lot of things.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I looked at his, game log today, and it's really, not that bad until, the last couple of weeks. I mean, it's bad, but it's not, that bad. I didn't know he had 18 points week 1.
He's their leading receiver.
See, that's what's crazy, so... I guess I just kind of blocked Robbie Anderson out of my whole, thinking and stuff because I don't have any respect for him.
Yeah, and Robbie Anderson's one of those guys that you couldn't trust.
He reminds me of Jackson Hayes.
You see, yeah, if something's not going his way, he's gonna, do something about it.
Yeah, but he's also one of those guys that I'm scared to get mad at me.
Yeah,
I feel like he would take it to the next level where I'd have to defend myself.
Yeah.
It might be the hair, honestly. That kind of scares me.
He's had, possession charges and stuff.
Of a gun?
Yeah.
Yeah, he probably has one in his locker.
Yeah.
But he got traded to the Arizona Cardinals, so, he's got a fresh start. That might be a beautiful thing for Robbie. I'm rooting for him. Do you think you'll pick him up in fantasy?
I don't think I will, no.
Do you think he's reasonable?
Maybe worth taking the gamble, but I don't know if he'll be fantasy relevant. Where's McCaffrey going, dude? Let's get down to the nitty gritty.
Well, let me get into his stats to see if he's even worth trading for. 13 carries, 69 yards. 7 catches, 89 yards. His highest season total yards. He still can't get into that end zone, though. Yes, he's the best player in the NFL.
What?
Yes.
What are you doing?
Best running back in the NFL.
Not best player. No, we're not doing that.
Queenan Williams is.
Who?
Keenan Williams? Queenan?
Quinnen Williams? No.
He's second behind Aaron Donald.
According to you, he's second behind Christian McCaffrey.
No, Christian McCaffrey's the best running back.
Oh.
Do you agree?
No.
Who is? Saquon?
Yeah.
It's McCaffrey. I hate to break it to you.
Hmm.
You put Saquon on the Panthers.
Yeah, he'd been doing it the last 2 years in the Giants.
No, Daniel Jones is better than every quarterback Saquon's ever had.
I don't know.
I mean, McCaffrey's ever had.
Cam Newton?
Bad.
MVP?
Is he in the league?
MVP?
Is he in the league?
I'm not going to argue it that
Top
much.
3 running back in the league.
Yeah, I mean, you can argue him being the best. I don't have a problem with that.
Is it because of his pigment of his skin that you won't put him number 1?
No?
Is it because he's white, Luke?
No, dude, it's just Saquon is literally generational. We've never seen anything like Saquon Barkley.
We've never seen anything like Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, we do.
When's the last time you saw Darius Sanders?
I've seen him at the corner store.
Darius Sanders? Name the
McCaffrey?
last really good Caucasian.
Why does he have to be white?
I'm just saying he's a freak.
Yeah, he is. I agree with that.
Is he the best white running back of all time?
Yeah.
What about Toby Gerhart?
I liked him, man. He wasn't good, but he did the job, man.
There's another one, Peyton Hillis.
Yeah, that's a good one.
There's some guy that was actually Danny Woodhead.
He's not very good. Rex Burkhead?
He's up there. There was one guy that kind of had some talent in him.
Alston?
Man, Allstott, that was a fullback.
But he's good at it.
I can't really think of any others,
That's all right.
but there is some out there. What were we talking about?
Free
Christian
DJ
McCaffrey
Moore.
trade? I would want Christian McCaffrey to go to the Rams, 49ers, Bills. They're talking about the Broncos have the second highest line to get him
Why?
because his dad.
Oh, yeah.
And I think Denver was his home. That's where he grew up.
It'd be cool if they used him like Ed.
I think it'd be cool if they used him like Christian.
No, Ed.
Ed was a wide receiver.
Yeah.
Ed was very special to me as a child.
Hell yeah, dude, he's awesome.
I actually, based a lot of my game around his.
He had his
Every
little-
time he got up from getting hit, he'd do his neck a couple times. It was like, and I always noticed it. But wherever he even gets traded, the asking price is a lot. But wherever he goes, he'll be fine. I mean, it might be a little different, but you just get on the ball and get out of the way. That's all it takes.
Cam Akers.
Sayonara, stinker.
He ain't ever gonna play it down on the Rams ever
Try
again.
to tell you boys, don't draft him in fantasy.
Hey, but that means he could go somewhere else, be all right.
Where would you like to see him?
Cam Akers,
Yeah.
Jacksonville,
No, we want to see Etienne.
Kansas City.
We got Clyde.
Where else could he go?
The Rams.
Atlanta. Atlanta.
Tampa Bay.
No.
Miami.
Miami. Yeah, I like
He's
that one a
Florida
lot.
State guy.
Yeah, he can go there too. But he's gone. Darrell Henderson handled the majority of the stuff. 12 carries, 43 yards, a touchdown. We'll have to see what Kyron Williams comes back. He's a great stash in fantasy football. Hold on to him. Allen Robinson returns from the dead. We done dug him up, man. He's
We
out
done
here.
did it. My name is Mud.
5 catches, 63 yards, and a great back shoulder touchdown catch. Tyler Higbee, he hit his floor, man. 2 targets, not involved in this one. Can't trust like that.
The Rams stink.
Crew, not very good.
You think they have a chance to get back to the Super Bowl?
I don't think so.
It's not looking good. But would you say the same thing for Tampa Bay? You don't think they have a chance to get back to the Super Bowl? Or does
Honestly, in the NFC, I think anything can happen.
But do you think the Rams are better than Tampa Bay right now, or the Tampa Bay is better than the Rams?
I think I'd take my chances on Tampa Bay.
I think I would too. I think they're gonna start hitting stride soon, because Tom needs to get his head out of his rear.
Both of their O-lines are terrible, but the Rams just lost their starting left tackle for the rest of the year, so
Was it Jason Skid Row?
no, something Nope Broom or something. So, yeah.
Is there a player called Jason Skid Row?
I hope not, because I'd be his least favorite player on my
I'll
team.
get you his jersey.
What's the next game?
The next game looks like the Arizona Cardinals and the Seattle Seahawks.
How did the Cardinals only score 9 points against the Seattle's defense?
I got 2 words for you. Cliff Kingsbury.
Really?
Really.
Why? When are we going to start putting blame on Kyler, Little Boy, Antler, Murray?
But he doesn't have anyone to throw to.
How does he not?
We can start putting the blame on him once he has.
Ertz, Hollywood, AJ Green.
AJ Green's a shell of himself.
Yeah,
Rondell Moore
Yeah,
is
dude.
good.
Those are 4 solid players. Eno Benjamin out the back.
So you think it's all on Kyler?
I think he deserves some fault. I do.
But who deserves more?
Geno Smith came out here and showed Kyler Murray how to play football.
Yeah, but his panties are hanging out his wad.
The only thing Kyler's good at is a little running around.
The only thing he's good at is Minecraft.
He can scamper around.
And
That's what he
Rocket
does.
League.
I didn't like the fact that they threw a screen to Rondell Moore. He had to come back across like a reverse. Kyler could have blocked someone, but he stood there and let him tackle Rondell Moore for a loss. I already didn't like Kyler. Now I don't really like him at all. I think he's not very good.
One time I tuned into one of his Twitch streams to see him play Call of Duty, and he had 4 kills in a row, and then he dropped a bomb on someone.
Good.
He's real good at Call of Duty, though.
Is he actually?
Probably. I haven't really seen him play.
I mean, that's probably all he does.
I think it has to do.
He definitely doesn't study film. That's for sure. He doesn't stink.
But I want to get into a solemn topic.
All right.
Hollywood Brown.
Ooh, that one hurts.
Kyler I don't like Kyler because of this. He hurt him. Bad throw, interception, put Hollywood in the hospital. Literally and figuratively hospital ball. And now he's out for 6 weeks. Alright? But DeAndre Hopkins,
They need him.
what are you expecting from him coming back from the suspension?
He'll be good.
Is he putting up better numbers than Hollywood or about the same?
Better. He'll be better.
I doubt it.
He'll be better. Maybe not like the 13 for 130 and a touchdown and stuff. It's going to be, I think, the consistency of like what we've seen in the past. But with Hollywood out now, he's going to be getting those I could see that. I can see him being like that, yeah.
I have a bold take. Hollywood greater than DeAndre Hopkins.
Well, Hollywood's out now.
I'm just saying as players.
In like real life football players?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Nope, that ain't going to happen. We're going to have to move on.
Robbie Anderson is a must pick up.
Seattle Seahawks, man, they keep
Hey,
rolling.
Come on, man. Geno France.
Ken Walker is this year's league winner in fantasy football.
I have to respectfully disagree again because once again he's got that big run. He ain't doing much after.
He's seeing
Who did he play? Who'd they play last week? Let me find out. Let me get my producer on it. Hey, Gerald.
Well, I mean, what I'm saying is he had 21 rushes,
Saints.
47 snaps. He ran 15 routes. So he's pretty.
No, I'm just kidding. I think Ken Walker's good.
He's pretty much a bell cow. He has the role, and he's a talented player.
But you jinxed him.
No, it's talent and opportunity. That's
You
it.
jinxed him.
No, there's
He's
no
gonna
such
get
thing.
injured now.
No, there's no such thing.
You never claim someone's a league winner until the
I
end of the
said he
season.
looks like a league winner. That's all
Oh.
I said.
Someone play that back.
Come on, dude. Don't disrespect me. Looking like Don Cheadle.
Hey, don't ever disrespect me looking like Don King.
I'm just saying, man, he does.
Hey, the Seahawks won 19-9.
You worried about Metcalf and Lockett?
No, not as long as Gino is there.
As long as you're seeing his underwear.
No, man. I'm about to start calling him Dino Smith.
Pretty good for him.
Ooh, marquee matchup.
Oh, this is a cakewalk.
Which game are you looking at? The marquee matchup?
Yep.
Ooh, the moment we've all been waiting for. The Buffalo Bills against the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yo, you're Buffalo built like a lima bean.
You're Kansas City. Something in your pants. All right, Josh Allen doing the dang thing. 27 of 40, 329 yards and 3 tutties. Devin Singletary, Luke said he stink. 17 carries, 85 yards. Hey, James Cook, 2 carries, 8 yards. Stephon Diggs is nuclear, dude. He is nuclear. He's got a nucleus, and he's neurotic. 13 targets, 10 catches, 148 yards, and a touchdown. Hold up, I gotta rob into your Batman. Gabe Davis, 6 targets, 3 catches, 74 yards, and a touchdown. Dawson Knox had the game-winning touchdown in the back of the end zone sideline left hash.
I noticed you didn't name one guy, and that's Isaiah McKenzie.
I didn't see him.
Because statistically, he had the worst game of a receiver ever in the history.
He had 5 targets, 2 catches, 9 yards. What does that mean, though?
Drops. Yeah, plays that led to a turnover. I don't know. Negative 3.8 EPA. Really bad. He was bad.
Dang, I didn't even know that. That's why Gabe Davis is more trustworthy.
Gabe, and then give Khalil Shakur more opportunities.
I want to say this. I think that's the best name in football.
What?
Khalil Shakur.
It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, like it's amazing. Khalil Shakur.
That's cool, man.
I want to name my first daughter that.
She's probably handsome.
The Bills are real good. I think everyone thought it was going to be a shootout, but it turned into a little grind out. A grind fest, man. Patty Mahomes, 25 of 40, 328 yards, 2 touchdowns. Ooh, 2 turnovers, 2 picks. Clyde Edwards-Helaire is still the same guy we knew back in 2021. 9 carries, 33 yards. Juju Smith Boo-Boo.
Poo-poo smoother.
Wait. Juju. Dang it. Boo-Boo Smith-Schuster. That's what it is. Boo-Boo Smith-Schuster. 5 catches, 113 yards, a touchdown. Travis Kelce, 8 catches, 108. McCole, touchdown. Hardman.
Yeah, Juju had his game.
Did that big play. Oops.
But, I mean, dude, honestly, outside of, like, Kelsey, the Chiefs are not as fantasy-friendly as they have been in the past. Juju hasn't been reliable. Sky Moore, MVS.
Clyde's coming back to what we thought he was.
Clyde. So it's just like, this team used to be a juggernaut. Like, you could throw Hardman in, he'd do his thing. But now it's like, if you don't have Kelsey, then you're probably not starting any of these guys.
Pat.
Well, and Pat. But even he's been good, but it wasn't his best performance.
Yeah, it was the pick. The pick.
2 picks.
2 picks.
Threw 2 picks,
I
one
just
in the
saw
end zone.
one of them, though, and it wasn't a very good throw, a very good decision to make.
He threw one in the end zone.
Ooh, that could have changed the whole game.
Yeah, so he not his greatest.
What was Jackson Mahomes' reaction?
He started sniffing the turf.
Oh, my gosh. At least he's not doing on that TikTok maneuver.
I think it was.
Oh, man. But, yeah, the Buffalo Bills win 24-20.
Is the Buffalo Bills the best team in the NFL?
Yes.
Is Josh Allen the best quarterback you've ever seen?
No.
Is he the most talented quarterback you've ever seen?
No.
Okay. Is he the most talented in the NFL currently?
Yes.
I agree.
Are you going to ask me who the best quarterback I've ever seen is?
Who? Most talented?
Most talented? Michael Vick.
No.
I've never seen someone with such a beautiful spiral.
Yeah, you have.
Who? No.
Cam Newton.
To this day, his spiral's the best. Go watch his highlights.
Cam Newton's spiral's tight too, man.
Yeah, but it was inaccurate.
So?
Michael Vick is talented.
He's fast.
I don't know who the
I
best...
love Michael Vick, though.
I don't know who the best quarterback I've ever... John Elway?
No, most talented?
But who's the best? You said best I've ever seen. Tom Brady.
Okay.
Dink.
All right, dude. Golly.
Let's go to the Sunday night drag-out fight. Prime time. The Dallas Cowboys against the Philadelphia Eagles, NFC East matchup. The Eagles came out firing all cylinders, but let's go to the Cowboys. Cooper Rush looked like a backup third-string quarterback. 181 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 picks. Zeke, coming out party. 13 carries, 81 yards, and a touchdown. Hey, TP, 11 carries, 44 yards. CeeDee Lamb, 10 targets, 5 catches, 68 yards. What's Ferguson's first name?
Deet.
Ferguson.
I think it's like Jake or something.
40 yards and a touchdown. Michael Gallup had a bad game. 2 catches, 18 yards on 7 targets.
Should have started Dak. Cooper Rush.
What do you mean he can't play yet?
Cooper Rush is Cooper Rush. I know he's not the next Tom Brady. He's not your father's father. He's a regular guy. He's a stink quarterback. And this one might hurt later on in the year for the Cowboys. But Eagles, cakewalk win. Got some turnovers.
Talk about him.
Didn't have to do much in the second half, which is why, Zeke had a rare but quality performance. And just not too much to get out of this game. I mean, this was kind of how we expected it. It's nice to see A.J. Brown score. Devontae both scored. Miles Sanders has had a heck of a season so far. 19 touches in this game. He scored a touchdown. And not too much, man. You just have to see what happens when Dak gets back. What do we see with CD and Gallup and Schultz when this offense is getting healthier? And
CeeDee's going to soar.
What happened?
CeeDee Lamb's going to soar with Dak.
I think he leads the NFL in target share with Cooper Rush.
Yeah, he does. But Dak's better.
He is, absolutely. I hate this debate. Like, Dak is 100 times better than Cooper Rush. Cooper Rush looks like if Daniel Jones was hitting a head.
Cooper Rush, I knew he didn't have what he took to be an NFL quarterback once he took off his helmet. And saw the color of his hair.
He looks like, Andy Dalton.
He looks like Andy Dalton that fell off the ugly tree and hit every branch on the way down.
I mean, yeah, if you want to go that route, yeah.
But a great beard.
Sure.
And a great guy, I'm sure. Shout out to Cooper Rush. You did good. We were rooting for you a long time. But Luke just literally stomped out your flame with his foot and then watered it down. Just kind of piled on too, and I'm sorry about that.
No, you're probably a good man, and I'm proud of you for what you've done, but your time's done. What happens tonight? Bowl prediction. Monday night. Broncos Chargers.
For which team?
Whatever you like, man. Let me hear one.
The Broncos put up 500 yards of offense.
This is as bold as you're going to get on here, boys.
Yeah, like they literally, the floodgates open. They figured it out. They finally click on all cylinders. Greg Dulcich has a pretty good game for his first. We have Justin Simmons back. But I think this game's gonna be a shootout. Everyone's thinking Broncos are on television again, 12-3. No, it's gonna be. I'm talking 38-35. Barn burner, great instant classic AFC matchup for the legendary win for the Broncos.
Wow, I really like that. That gives me excited to watch the game, and
Don't get excited. It's a bold prediction for a reason, bub.
yeah, I know, but just hearing it out loud, it's like cool. Yeah, maybe giving me some hope of it being a good game. But I'm gonna go the complete opposite direction. I'm gonna say this game ends with no touchdowns for either team.
Even the Chargers?
Nope.
What the heck? That's impossible.
No, it's not.
That's bold.
It's part of the bold prediction, man. We're going 12-9, man, just like the Colts and Broncos, dog.
If that happens, I will. I don't even know what I would do.
Hey, man, the Broncos.
I can't deal with.
The strength of the Broncos is their defense. They have a really, really good defensive unit.
But they have a good offensive unit too, but they haven't shown it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why it's like.
I'm saying Danger Russ is back.
It's either.
Let's ride.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's probably closer to yours than it is to mine. I was just kind of being funny, but. Like, the Chargers could easily come out and, like, score, and the Broncos have to, like, kind of play catch-up. And they're kind of forced to rely on Russell, you know?
Yeah.
And maybe he does perform well.
I mean, to be honest with you, I'm speaking out of hope, and like it's a little bit of a, you know, a call for desperation.
It almost seems like, yeah, you don't really care as much if they win or lose. You just want to see their offense do good.
No, I think it's very important we get a win. 4-2, the Chiefs lost. This is a huge game, actually.
Yeah, it is.
But I don't want to get my expectations up too high because the Chargers are good. Where are we playing? Where are we playing at?
SoFi.
Oh, yeah, it's a home game. Chargers fans don't travel. They don't go to the game. I guarantee you there's more orange in that stadium than powder blue.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I will guarantee it.
I will guarantee it.
Las Vegas, Broncos were there. Eat some spaghetti.
Yeah. I might have to edit this down a lot.
What is the time? Thank you for listening to another episode of Forget What You Heard. We love you guys. Thanks for the support as always. You know, we're going to keep them coming if you guys are willing to listen. Thanks again. Have a great week. Stay blessed. Peace, love, and happiness.
On your head.
Spaghetti meatball.